guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see, I still have the same makeup on as last video because this is the continuation of my favorite products of 2018. So this is going to be more like my finishing touches, I guess you could say. So this is like all like our cheek products, lip products, and lashes and brushes. So we're gonna just jump right into this. It's gonna be a super short intro. If you guys haven't checked out part 1, I will put it up in the cards for you guys to check out, and as well as link down below for you guys. So let's jump right into this. So the first product is the Tarte, you guys already guessed this is the Tarte Hotel Heiress bronzer, which it looks like this. So this is the perfect like warm tone bronzer for my skin tone, and it used to smell like chocolate, but now it doesn't really smell like anything. I really like this one a lot. I've been using it almost all year until I found this one from Morphe. So this is a little bit more of a cooler tone. This is called Debutante. So I got the little mini size at the Morphe store, and I really like this one a lot. I am gonna have to get a bigger size of this because I just really enjoy it. It's actually the contour that I have on today. It still gives you that nice warmth, but I feel like it's a little bit more cooler, so I can use it for my nose contour versus using the one that I have been using, which is from Glamour Dolls times Lisa Frank, and this is called Bitten and Bronzed, which is a super cool tone matte bronzer, and it is a little bit lighter. Actually, they kind of almost look identical. Nope, yeah, this one's definitely lighter in person. I don't know why, but on camera it's making it look like this one's almost lighter, but this one's actually a little bit lighter. So it's what I use for my nose contour, and they're actually, this one's a little bit bigger than this one. This one was from an Ipsy bag, but I really do love those bronzers a lot. And then for blush, I have been loving the Pixi Fresh Face Blush, and this is in the shade Beach Rose, and this is just a really pretty like mauve-y like coral, light coral color. I feel like this just goes with every single look. I really love this one a lot for like a quick little blush and go. And then one that I have been obsessed with and I used all summer long since I got it was the Note Desert Rose Luminous Compact Blusher, and this I got in my BoxyCharm. And this blush, guys, is so freaking pigmented, so creamy. It's like a really pretty corally orange color, and it just gives you nice like freshness to the face without being overbearing. And I feel like it's perfect for like people with my skin tone or anyone that has like more of a golden complexion, just because it still makes the cheeks look like rosy without being too pink. Two other blushes that I have to mention, these are from Carity. These are their blush bombs, and this one is in the shade Burgundy Blast. So it has like a really dark blush, it has this like shimmery medium tone blush, and then a really pretty highlighter, which this highlighter, guys, is actually really nice. It's really nice and creamy, and it's not super chunky either. So I like this one for whenever I'm wearing like a red lip. And then this one's probably the one that I reach for more. This is like a go-to one. Again, with the oranges, I really do like orange blushes on myself. The Gorgeous shade is really intense orange, and these blushes you have to be careful with because a little bit goes a very long way. And then On Point is a shimmery light coral, and then they have a highlighter in here as well. And these, I think they retail for $12 if I'm not mistaken, but I definitely recommend them. They have 4 different shades in them. They're definitely blushes that I reach for very often. And then the last cheek product that I'm going to talk about, which I have a lot of again because this is another one of my obsessions, are highlighters. I'm going to start off with my loose highlighters. I'm really not going in any particular order, just kind of grabbing and going. So this one is from Makeup Shayla times ColourPop, and this is in the shade called Boomin', which it looks like this. So I thought this was going to be too dark for me. So it's like a darkened golden bronze color, I guess you could describe it. But I like this one because it's a really wearable highlighter that I can just throw on my cheeks, and it really gives me a nice glow to the skin without being too overbearing. And I think this is perfect for anybody who has deeper complexion. And then if you don't have deeper complexion, the Artist Couture Illuminati Diamond Glow Powder, which I received this from my BoxyCharm charm room. So this is actually what I have on my cheeks right now. So this is a little bit more like a champagne silvery color. So I think this would go good for somebody with lighter skin tone, but someone with darker, deeper skin tone, or like my skin tone, can still rock it. It's just going to be more bright and intense. And that stuff, guys, you need the littlest, tiniest bit. I just use whatever's on the lid usually. and use that, and it's like it's good to go. The next highlighter is from the Balm, and this is Bonnie Luminizer, and this is actually like identical to the Boomin highlighter from ColourPop, but this one is pressed obviously, so it's a little easier to travel with, and it has a mirror, so I like using this one for like on the go highlighting. And then the other one that I have been obsessed with is the Morphe highlighter illuminator and high impact highlighter, and this is in the shade Spark. So I got this as a mini as well at Ulta, and this one is more of a champagne color versus that gold color, so I feel like it goes good for like any skin tone really. It's just going to give you more of a blinding highlight, and I was really shocked to see that I really ended up liking this. I just kind of picked it up just because, and I'm glad that I did. Another highlighter that I have been obsessed with recently, and I don't know why it's taken me so long to try this, but this is from Gerard Cosmetics, which I actually this year became a brand ambassador with them, which makes me so excited because I have been using Gerard Cosmetics for years now. I've known about them since like YouTube first became a big deal. I've just kind of seen them grow, and I don't know why I didn't pick these up sooner, but this is the Star Powder in the shade Audrey. So it doesn't have a lot of ingredients to it, which I really like, and it has this little like flap here. I guess it's because there's not a lot of ingredients to it, but this is in the shade Audrey. It has a really pretty mirror to it, and I do have a coupon code with them. It is MichyMakesUp. You can save yourself 30% off, which is amazing, and I never thought I'd say that, but I'm super excited that I do have this. And yes, I do get a small commission off of the purchase, so if you guys just want to check them out on their own, that's cool. I'm not trying to force you into this, and I'm not talking about this because of the fact that I'm a brand ambassador and I have a code. I could care less. I still was going to try this regardless. This is what it looks like. So it is so freaking pretty. As you can see, it is a little bit lighter, but I think it's like a really pretty like white gold. So it looks white, but then when you kind of move it around, it has more of like a light gold shade to it, which is really, really pretty. I used to love highlighters like this all the time, and I haven't used a shade like this in a while. So I am glad that I did pick this one up. Definitely, if you guys are interested, this is, like I said, in the shade Audrey. And then the last highlighter is from Dose of Colors with Desi times Katie. So this is what the packaging looks like, and it's not Fuego. I was gonna get Fuego, but then I ended up getting this one, which is their darker shade. This is called Chasing the Sun, and I think this is very similar to Booming and Bonnie Luminizer. I don't know, this one's just a little bit different. I think it's a little more bronzy, and it looks like that down there. It's just really, really nice. When I first wore it, I like swatched some, put some on my cheeks, and I went to like go get coffee, and the girl at the coffee place was like, oh my god, your highlighter is on point. And I was like, thanks, I just got this highlighter. I was honestly, when I swatched it in store, I was like meh, but then I went outside and I was like, oh wow, this is bomb. So then I went back inside and picked it up, and I'm so glad that I did. I need to get like 20 more of these because if this gets discontinued, I don't know what I'll do. This one is probably the one that I reach for the most and the one that I take with me the most. I've used this one a million times and I absolutely love it. Definitely check it out if you haven't, and if you are like medium to deeper skin tone, this is going to be the highlighter for you. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about are things that are very, very essential, and some of these products I just recently got, but I have not stopped using them since I got them, and they are makeup brushes. So as you guys can see, these are very, very dirty. These are just a few of the many brushes that I have been obsessed with. So some of these brushes, well, most of these brushes are from Morphe for sure, but some of these are from Morphe times Jaclyn Hill, and this is her brush set. So originally I wasn't going to get any of her brushes because I was like, damn, those are freaking expensive for being just brushes. But then I actually, if you guys didn't see my video from Michelle Mess where I showed you guys my haul of everything that I got from the Morphe store, I did win some brushes, and they were the Jaclyn Hill face brushes. So these are just 3 out of the 5 that I received, and although I do love all 5 of them, these 3 have been definitely brushes that I just have been obsessed with. So the first one is the xoxo, which is a buffing brush. So I have other buffing brushes, but none that buff out foundation quite like this. I like the handle size. She did mention that she was making this brush to be the perfect handle size, and I definitely agree. I feel like it fits very well in my hand without it being too overbearing, since it is a chunkier brush. And it really does do a good job at buffing out my foundation and making it look nice and seamless. And then the other one is a highlighting brush. So I've used highlighting brushes like this in the past. I really like this one for loose highlighting powders more than like pressed highlighting powders, just because I feel like I get more of that diffused finish versus it being too intense, so I can really build up the highlighter. And this is the JH09 brush, which she said this is a similar brush to one that already exists in the Morphe lineup. And I do have one from the Morphe lineup that is very similar to this, but I just like the bristles of this one better. And then the last one is one that she created, and this is the JH02. So originally she created this to be a bronzing brush, but I don't really use bronzer unless if it is to like contour my face. But I've been using this to set my face with, like putting powder all over my face, and I have been obsessed with this. First of all, this brush is massive, and this brush is so freaking soft. So it just really buffs out my powder. As you guys can see, this is like the foundation, I guess you could say, because it's just loose finishing powder. I haven't even used my Maybelline powder with this, but I really like this one a lot. It feels really soft on the face, and I just feel like I can get the job done very fast, and it just buffs it out so seamlessly. So I have been obsessed with this brush. And then the other brushes from her collection, so I ended up getting the eye brushes as well. So these are a few of the eye brushes that I really like and that I feel like are so different compared to any of the other brushes that I already have. So this one is the JH30, which this one is a very like dense crease brush, but it has a little bit of a point to it. So I feel like you can really buff out the crease and still place it where you want it to be, but then you can still buff it out really nicely. And when I first used it the first time, it was a little stiff, but as you continue to use it, I feel like it kind of bends a little more. So it really does a good job at buffing everything out. And then the next one is the JH32, which is a pointed taper long brush. So this one is one that I really like to also buff in some color, but I get more placement versus this one that like kind of spreads everything out. It makes it look more blended out. This still blends it in, but it keeps the color in one spot versus a more diffused look, if that makes sense. This one is a JH42, which is good for using like on your brow bone right here, and as well as in the inner, very inner part of the inner corner. And then you can also put it on the outer corner too, which I haven't really done, but you can do it if you wanted to. And I actually really ended up liking that brush, and I have been getting into shimmery high brow bone highlight just because of that brush. The next one is the JH40, which is a pointed detailing brush, and this looks like the Morphe M507 brush, but it's a little bit skinnier and it's also a little longer. So I feel like you can really get in there. I like using this especially for my lower lash line down here. It has been a lifesaver for blending it out. And then the next one is the JH43, which I'm not surprised that it's in here. This is a flat liner brush. I like this one because it's nice and dense, and it does a really good job at getting the color in there, but still kind of smoking it out at the same time. And it just feels really nice and soft underneath the eyes. And then the last one, I am in love with this brush. So this is the JH41. So this is a flat shader brush, but it is a very small flat shader brush, and it's kind of fat too. And at first I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this because it is so thick, but I actually ended up loving this a lot. I feel like it really packs on the shimmer onto my eyelid without me having to wet my brush. When I do wet my brush, it's even more intense. And then since it is kind of small in size, I feel like I can really just get in there versus using my Morphe M167 brush. So you can see the size comparison. So I feel like they are about the same in thickness, but this one is obviously skinnier and it's also a little pointier. So I do like this one, but I have been obsessed with this one. I feel like this one just does a better job at getting in there. And then you can also use matte shadows with this as well. A few other brushes that aren't from that collection. This is the Morphe E18 brush, which I really have been like this one for my inner corner highlight. This is the Morphe E47 brush, which I don't know why it took me so long to get it, but this is that like angled, it's supposed to be for like cream contouring, but I've been using it to like, especially when I do the 3 looks, to really clean out the edges of my eyeshadow and make it look nice and crisp. And it also helps me to give me a good guide for eyeliner, which I really have been liking that as well. And it makes my eyeliner more even. While before I feel like my eyeliner was always a little bit crooked, now I feel like I really get a good even eyeliner with that. Take a little loose powder and just kind of stamp it on, and I'm good to go. And then one of my favorite highlighting brushes for pressed highlighters, this is the Royal and Lane Nickel Moda Pro Low Brush, and this is the BMX 265 brush. So this is what it looks like. This brush, guys, is just amazing for really giving you a blinding glow while still being nice and controlled. And then the last two brushes are from this brand called Bogeshi. There's a third one too, I just can't find it. That's a little shader brush, which is really nice to just kind of do more of cut creases and stuff like that. Or like if you want to use multiple lid shades, it's really good for that. But this brush is the concealer brush. I've been using this one to carve out my eyebrows whenever I need to, and this brush is the best for that because it's very, very soft and it is a little bit thicker, so I feel like I have more control versus my Morphe one. And then the last one, this is probably my favorite brush, and if I ever lost this, I'd go crazy or just buy another one. But this is their taper blending brush. So when I first got it, I was like, this is a big old brush for like putting anything in the crease. But what I've been using this one for is, it looks dirty but it's really not. This is my buffing brush. So what I mean by that is like after I finish doing like my eyeshadow, sometimes I feel like, especially in this area, things don't look well blended. So I just take this brush and just lightly just start buffing everything out, and I feel like it just blends all the lines that are on your eye and makes it look nice and seamless. And it is the softest brush that I have ever used, so I definitely recommend checking out Bogeshi. I'll link them down below for you guys. I'm gonna leave the lips for last because I have a lot of lip products, but the second to last products are some lashes. So I'm gonna go through this really quickly. These lashes from Kiss. You guys know Kiss is probably one of my favorite lash brands, and they came out with the blowout line. So this is in the shade called Chignon, which is a bun, if you guys didn't know that. And then this is in the style Pixie, which is a haircut. So all of them are named after different hairstyles and whatnot, and these are just really nice and fluffy. This is what they look like. Mine are a little bit jacked up, so please ignore them, but they're more like wispy, and I really like them because they just look really light and flirty, and they just kind of give a little something to the eyes without looking too like dramatic or winged out. And then these are some that I got in my BoxyCharm. These are the Battington lashes, and these are in the style Monroe, and they look like this. So when I first got them, I was like, what the heck, these are the ugliest lashes I've ever seen in my life, until I put them on my eyes and I fell in love. I will say I have long eyes and I still have to cut them. Be very careful when you cut them because sometimes a little corner gets in there and it just bothers you all day. But these are the prettiest lashes ever. I absolutely love them. Every time I wear them, people are like, oh my god, those lashes are stunning. So definitely check them out. And then the last ones, which is something that I totally forgot that Morphe had. These are Morphe lashes, and I don't know if these are in the style Smoochy or Go On and Fake It, but this is what they look like. They're super dramatic, super long. When I wear them, I'm like, what the heck did I get myself into? But honestly, I really like these a lot. And I like them because they are really dramatic, but the band is very lightweight, so it doesn't feel heavy at all on your eyelid. It still feels very light and comfortable. And honestly, even though they are super long, I think that they're really pretty, and I do want to pick up more. I just kind of grabbed them and I was like, I want some more dramatic lashes, and these are definitely very dramatic. They're not super thick, but they are super long. So if you want to look like you're gonna fly away, these are the lashes for you. So I don't know how this happened, but I forgot to talk about mascaras. So really quickly, I just wanted to make an honorable mention to the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, which came in my BoxyCharm. It is the best mascara for my little tiny lashes. It really thickens them and makes them really full. And as long as you don't grab too much product, it makes them look super nice. And then I also have been loving the Wander Beauty mascara, which also came in another BoxyCharm, and I like that one more for like an everyday type of lash because it still curls my lashes and gives them some fullness but makes them look very nice and natural. And every time I wear them, I always get compliments on my lashes. Alrighty guys, so now time for the things that I have the most of, and it's lip products. I just have so much lip products, and they're all nudes. Surprise, surprise. Except for maybe one bright color. But I'm just going to start off with some of the lip liners that I have been obsessed with. So these are them. Some of them I just recently got, some of them I've had for a while. Some of them came out this year, some of them have been oldies but goodies. So the first one goes without say or mention. You guys know I love ColourPop's BFF3. It is the perfect brownie chestnut liner that makes any nude lip work. So if you are a dark girl and you want to rock a pale nude lip, pair it with like a brown like this and you're set. You guys know I love the ColourPop lippy pencils. And then I've also been loving Wild Nothing. So this one is BFF3 right here. I just hate the little like crayon in there because after you sharpen them, they come out very easily. See, like, look at this. And then I just push it back in and it goes back down. So this one is Wild Nothing. So this is a little bit more of a like rosier brown nude. So I've been using this when I want more of a pale look, and I've been using the BFF3 when I want more contrast. And then I've also been liking this one for another like pale nude. This is called Keep It Spicy from LA Girl, and this is like $2 or $3. I like the retractableness of it. I've also been loving Los Angeles from NYX, and this one is more of a mauve color. So then I've also been liking the NYX Slide On Glide On Stay On and definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Lip Color Liner. Yes, this liner is good, so the name had to be this long. Literally, that's the name of it. And this is in the shade Intimidate. So this is more of an orangey brown. So I really have been liking this for more like orange lipsticks versus like nude lipsticks. I've also been obsessed with the one in the shade Urban Cafe, which is similar to BFF3. It's a little lighter than BFF3. There's BFF3 right there. And then that one is Urban Cafe. And then I have been also loving the Morphe lip liners. This one is in the shade Honeymoon, which is a really pretty nude beige color. The only thing is with this one, the lid comes off a lot, but it is $3. So how could you go wrong? And then this one is in the shade Bite Me. So this is also a brown, but this is like a lighter brown. So I've been using this with the very, very pale nudes because it's still dark, but it's not going to give you as harsh of a contrast as the BFF3. So it really defines the lips while keeping the color true. The last two are from Gerard Cosmetics. You can get 30% off. I think these are already like $5 or something like that, or 10. I don't even know how much they are, but these are amazing. This one is in the shade, which is one of their popular ones, Sugar and Spice. So this is more of a pinky nude. I've been using it more with like when I want a very pale lip, and this one is in the shade Mudslide, and this is more of a reddy brown. So I do have multiple like browns, but each one is used for something different. This one is more for like my terracotta nudes is what I've been using this one for. Those are the lip pencils that I've been obsessed with, and of course they're all nudes and browns. I've also been obsessed with the Gerard Cosmetics 1995 liquid lipstick, which I have the regular lipstick already, but this lipstick is just so freaking good. This one with the shade Mudslide lip liner together are like a match made in heaven. And this is probably the most comfortable formula of liquid lipstick that I've ever tried. Out of all of the liquid lipsticks that I have to talk about today, I definitely can say that I think this one's probably the most comfortable because it's very thin, but it's not super drying on the lip either. It almost feels like velvet on the lip. And then another one is from Kylie Cosmetics. This is in the shade Dolce K, which is a very pale beigey nude lip. It is similar to ColourPop's Chi, as well as Kat Von D Bow and Arrow. So that's what it looks like. I really like this with a nice smoky eye. I think it looks really nice. And then I've also been loving the Girlactic lip paints, and I have the shade Demure, which is a really pretty like dusty rose color, and it looks like that. And then I have the shade Posh, which is more of a terracotta nude, and this one will go perfectly with that Mudslide lip liner as well. So that's what Posh looks like. I've also been loving the Ofra Verona liquid lipstick, which came in a BoxyCharm box, and I'm obsessed with this color. It's probably my go-to nude lipstick. It is kind of like a terracotta, but it is a little bit more on the beigey terracotta side. So that's what it looks like. If this color existed in Gerard Cosmetics, I totally would get it. And then I've also been like the Carity lip lock, and this one is in the shade Heroes, which is a dusty mauve color, and that's what it looks like. And then I've also been liking Anastasia Veronica, which is very, very similar, almost identical. To be really honest, I think it's just maybe a little bit lighter. So if you're looking for Veronica, T Rose is almost an exact dupe, just a little bit darker, and it's only $6. compared to 20. This is a product that I was introduced to this year because I was put on the Pop Beauty PR list because I'm also on the Pixie Beauty PR list, and apparently they're sister companies. So this was like a total surprise. I had no idea that I was even going to be put on this PR list, but I'm glad that I did. And it came with like this ginormous like lipstick thing full of liquid lipsticks, and these are their Pop Beauty Permanent Pout. This is in the shade Marvelous Mauve. So that's what it looks like right there. And I like these. The only thing is they are a little bit sticky, but I don't mind. This one is in the shade Basic B, which I think is my favorite out of all of them. Beigey color. It is definitely darker than Dolce K. It's like a beigey brown. So that's what it looks like right there. And then the last one is a red shade, surprisingly. And this one is in the shade Chakra. That's what it looks like right there. Liquid lipsticks that I have to talk about are from ColourPop, and these are their ultra blotted lips. I have been obsessed with the ultra blotted lip line, and these are 3 that I have been obsessed with. I didn't think I was gonna like it because I was like, I don't really want just a wash of color, but when I tried them, the formula is to die for. This one is in the shade Zuma, which when you build it up is a really pretty color. This is like a My Lips But Better type of shade. So that's what it looks like right there. And you can build it up to look as intense as the tube. Love this formula. It is great for like if you're just throwing on makeup on the go and don't really want anything on the lips. I like it because you can still do a bold lip, but it still be very soft. So then the next shade is this really bright in your face orange. This is in the shade Ocean Ave. And because it's the ultra blotted lip, I feel like it looks so nice on the lips. And this is what it looks like right there. So it does still look really intense in the swatch, but when you put it on the lips, it's just a washed out version of that orange. I think it looks stunning. It looks great on every single skin type. And then the last one is in the shade Vitamin C, which is this terracotta peach shade. And this one, I was surprised to like it as much as I did. But this is kind of like a My Lips But Better with a little hint of like peachiness to it. So that's what it looks like right there. And I really like it a lot, and I love them because I don't need to wear lip liner with any of the ultra blotted lips. It looks fine on its own. It's from ColourPop as well, and these are their Luxe lipsticks, and this kind of got me back into lip. But they came out with their regular line. One of the shades that I've been obsessed with, like absolutely obsessed with, like I think they're gonna discontinue it soon because it was limited edition, and I already got a backup to it because it was on sale. But this is the shade Pinkies Up. So this is like a beigey pink color. This color, guys, is my, and then the next shade is their matte one, and this is in the shade Third Eye. So this is a very pretty peachy matte nude, and I really like pairing this with BFF3 a lot. At first, when I first watched it, I was like, oh, I don't like that. But then I put BFF3 on and I put this on. It looks amazing. But I'm glad that finally got through all of the products. Let me know what your guys' favorites are. I did ask for some favorites in my last video. Let me know what you guys end up like, or what your guys' favorites of 2018 were. If any of the products that I mentioned were some of your favorites, or if you guys have different favorites, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Also, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see in 2019. So I am going to be hosting a giveaway on my Instagram, so definitely check it out. You guys won't want to miss it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then,